welcome to livealittlehigher.com. Today we're celebrating Rosh Chodesh Tevet. It's the 10th month of the year, counting from the month of Nisan. And according to the Sefer Yetzirah, as we have already learned every month, each month contains in itself a Hebrew letter, one of the tribes of Israel, of the 12 tribes of Israel. It contains a sense and a controlling limb. The 10th month is an interesting month. It begins with the last days of Hanukkah. Usually it's either the last day or the two last days of Hanukkah. And the climax of Hanukkah, as we know, it's the 8th day of Hanukkah, which is Sot Hanukkah. When we light the whole menorah, the 8 lights are shining, and it began in Kislev and it ends in Tevet. So the 10th day of the 10th month, according to the sages, it says that the 10th shall be holy to God, and the 10th of Tevet, which is a day of fasting, is a very important day in our Jewish calendar because this is the day in which they sieged Jerusalem before the destruction of the temple on the 9th of Av. So the 4 fast days in the Jewish calendar that are allotted to the destruction of the temple begin with the 17th of Tammuz, which is in the 4th month from the month of Nisan. Then we have the 9th of Av, which is the 5th month. Then we have the 3rd of Tishrei, which is in the 7th month, which is the day after Rosh Hashanah. It's the fast of Gedalia. And then we have the 10th of Tevet, which is in the 10th month. And the prophets say that the fast of the 4th month and the fast of the 5th month and the 7th month and the 10th month shall in the future be for the house of Judah for joy and happiness and holidays. So these days of mourning will become days of joy, days of feasting. That's in our prophecies. So the sum of the 4 numbers of the months, which is the 4th month, the 5th month, the 7th month, and the 10th month, is 26, and 26 is the numerical value of the infallible name of Hashem, Havaya, Yud Kei, Vav Kei, which is the name of God that represents mercy. And when observed properly, this fast, we bring down the divine mercy, the divine grace from the ultimate source of mercy, which is Hashem. So the final fast day, the 10th of Tevet, which is in 10 days, teaches us that the end is wedged in the beginning and that everything is connected. The beginning, the end, the beginning. It's all round, it's all infinite. In life, sometimes we feel life is random, it has no head, it has no tail. But if we're really receptive and we really look deep inside, we'll see that everything is connected. So by divine grace, the 3rd temple is first built in our hearts, in the Jewish soul, in the heart of Israel, and then it will manifest in a physical way on earth. The letter that corresponds to the month of Tevet is the Ain, and Ain also means eye, as you know, the Ain Hara, the evil eye. And the month of Tevet really is a month of rectification of our eyesight, just as in the month of Kislev, we were also rectifying our eyesight. We're also getting the lights of Hanukkah into our vision so we can see what's the whole purpose in life. And it's also, we have to nullify the evil eye. And what is an evil eye? I explained it before. An evil eye is when you want things that other people have, when you are looking at other people's possessions, when you are envious, when you're jealous of others because they have what you don't have. That's an evil eye. And the word Tevet comes from Tov, which means good. And what we have to do in this month is really transform our evil eye into the good eye. From a Ain Hara to a Tov Ain. We have to change it to be good. And when we see the goodness in everybody, we see goodness, we want goodness for people, we're not envious, we're not jealous, then we bring blessings into the world. This is the highest source of blessings, is when people see each other with love and joyful for what other people have. And this is the ultimate rectification. And it begins by gazing the Hanukkah lights, the Hanukkah candles, especially on the 8th day. It's the most powerful day of Hanukkah. So all destructive process comes from the evil eye of hatred. When people have jealousy and they're envious, then they become angry. It brings anger, and then anger sadly brings destruction. It brings the fire, gets out of control, and it consumes everything that is around them. The Masal, the zodiac sign of this month, is Capricorn, and it means the Gedi, the kid. And the sages tell us that at the age of 10, a child jumps up and down. And if you see at a goat is always jumping up and down. And what this is when it represents the transformation of immaturity to maturity. From being a 10-year-old kid that is always jumping up and down, into transforming himself into a mature human being. So this is the important stage of the growing process. And the Tevet, the 10th month, alludes to growing up. This is what it means. When a person grows up and he becomes mature, then he understands that everything comes from God, that if a person has a nice house, really it's what God gave him, and whatever you have is what Hashem has for you, and you're happy with your lot. This is maturity. And sadly, many people are 100 years old and they're not mature. So immaturity is characterized by the evil eye, and the maturity is the good eye. The tribe of the month is the tribe of Dan, which means judge. And initially, Dan judged people critically. It judged in a very harsh way. And when you judge others very harshly, it's a sign of immaturity. And it's linked to a snake, a bite of a snake, with which the venom is anger. And the rectification of Dan is engaging in the battle of holy anger against evil anger. So anger can be transformed to holy anger. Like you can be with righteous indignation because people are not keeping Shabbat, or you can be with that you go to shul and people are talking in shul while they're learning the Torah. This is holy anger. But to be angry at people because they smile or they didn't smile at you, or because they didn't treat you how you deserved, or this is not holy anger. So here comes the rectification, and the rectification is to be angry at our evil inclination. When we're angry at our evil inclination, when you have a bad thought in your head and you're angry because you have this thought in your head, that is holy anger. So Hasidut teaches us that we should use our left eye, which is Gevura, for judging ourselves. Usually we see others with our left eye, and Hesed, which is kindness, we use it for ourselves. And Hasidut teaches we have to use it the other way around. The left eye, look at yourself, look at what you're doing, look at your behavior, look how you speak, look how you think, look how you behave. That's where you should put your left eye in. And the right eye, you should always give the benefit of the doubt to other people. And also to yourself, be kind to yourself. So the controller of this month is the liver. The liver in Hebrew is called Tevet, and the function of the liver is to purify the blood in our system. And in Kabbalah, liver is connected to the primordial snake, which is the rectification personified by Dan, the tribe Dan, which is the tribe of this month. And the three rulers of the body and the soul are our brain, our mind, our heart, and our liver. This is what rules us. And they're connected. The brain is connected to Adam. This is the Chokhmah, the intellectual capacities. The emotional capacities, which is in the heart, are connected to Eve. And the liver is connected to the snake. So the venom of a snake is warm, it's hot, and it's when it's converted to good, it warms you up. So the whole function of this month is to get that venom, that anger, that hot substance inside of ourselves. And instead of being spiteful and damaging and destructive, use it to warm others. And the Alter Rebbe, he used to recommend people that to be able to control anger after Shabbat, in Motzei Shabbat, it was auspicious to boil new water, not water that was boiled for Shabbat, but get new water and boil it and drink a cup of tea. And this will for sure warm you up and will get the anger out of you. So I want to wish you a beautiful month, a month full of warmth and love and good feelings towards each other, that we should rectify that anger in us and use it for good and holy purposes, and God willing, build the love for the Beit HaMikdash in our hearts, yearn for it, and God willing, it will materialize soon for us. So live a little higher. Thank you.